Welcome back to Bourbon Country Reacts. I'm Keith.
Hey, Keith.
This is Dustin.
I'm Dustin. I'm the bourbon guy. What are you doing here?
Listening to country music I don't know anything about and drinking bourbon.
Fucking sounds awesome.
It is kind of a cool gig.
We know what makes it cooler.
What's that?
Bourbon bribe.
I like bourbon bribes.
Bourbon bribe. This one I've heard stuff about, but I've never had it.
I've heard stuff too, and it's been mixed.
Yeah.
But I've never actually drank the stuff myself. I have no idea what it tastes
We're
like.
about to find out. It's from Jamie. Thank you, Jamie, for our bribe.
Yep.
And Jamie requested...
You saw me about to snatch that damn thing, didn't you?
No, I did not. Was it good timing or what?
Really good timing.
Holy shit.
I don't know why the little pink stickies drive me nuts,
He's
but
like,
I want to
get
snatch
them
off.
Get them off.
So, Jamie sent us several bottles.
She did, surprising. Like, yeah.
So,
We went into the Total Wine and we're like, Bourbon Country Reacts. We're like,
yeah, but here comes all these bottles. We're like, okay.
Thank you.
So this is the first of them.
Yep.
And it's Old Grandad. And Jamie sent us a list of songs, and one of them is titled Grandpa.
So I figured
These seem like they should go together.
Yeah, and it's the Judds.
It is the Judds, which we understand were pretty big stars for a while.
I think so. And a few people have requested them, and a few people have been like, why have you listened to the Judds? Because...
Well, we haven't had a ton of requests, and we haven't had bribes for them. So
right. So first, Judds bribe.
I kind of suspect that Jamie saw that in the comments, that we haven't had votes for it, and was like, well, I'll solve that problem.
Bribe.
Problem solved. Hey, let's check this song out. Grandpa.
Old Grandad is bonded at 100 proof.
Okay, so bottled in bond. Well, it doesn't say the words bottled in bond.
It doesn't say bottled. It just says bonded.
That might leave some room for...
It is bottled in bond.
Okay, all right.
Bottled in bond in accordance with Old Grandad himself and, in parentheses, and the U.S. government.
It's got a good nose. All right, let's check out the song.
Oh, wait. I've heard this one. I've heard this one when I was real little. But it's been a minute, so I want to see your reaction to this one.
All right. Digging that groovy guitar.
Grandpa, tell me about the good old days. Sometimes it feels like this world's gone crazy.
Accurate.
Grandpa, take me back to yesterday, when the line between right and wrong didn't seem so hazy. Did lovers really fall in love to stay and stand beside each other, come what may? Is promise really something people can't, not just something they would say?
Do you know when this came out?
So like I said, I was like 6 the last time I heard this thing. So my guess is early 90s, mid 90s.
So she's bringing up a point, which I think there's a lot of misdirection on.
Yeah.
So, so what she's basically talking about is, divorce rates.
Yeah.
Right? When I do meant I do, and it meant forever.
Forever.
Right?
Yeah.
Except that is a mindset that really applied up until the 70s, 80s, 90s.
1985.
Okay, so 70s, 80s, 90s, when women truly entered the workforce and were not financially beholden to men. Even in the 70s, it was very difficult for a woman to go out and get a job that could support a family.
A living wage.
Right. Like, that's legit. But about the 70s, women started entering the workforce for real. And back then, if you left your man as a woman, you could legit be destitute.
Yeah.
Because people wouldn't hire you for anything above, the lowest wage jobs.
Like a waitress or something, right?
Right, yeah, pretty much. So there's some economics in play with at least this concept they're bringing up in the song so far. But I'm sure there are other stuff. I'm sorry, I've kind of ranted on this. Let's back it up a little bit and get it going again.
Yeah.
Come what may, promise really something people can't, not just something they would say.
However, I do agree with that sentiment.
Families really bow their heads to pray. Daddies really never go away. Oh, Grandpa, tell me about the good old days.
God, their voices are great.
Grandpa, everything is changing fast.
Like it does.
Call it progress,
Progress.
but I just don't know.
Wow. That's huge, dude.
And Grandpa, let's wander back into the past, then paint me the picture of long ago. Lovers really fall in love to stay, stand beside each other, come what may. Promise really something people kept, not just something they would say and then forget. Families really bow their heads to pray. Daddies really never go away. Oh, Grandpa, tell me about the good old days. Oh, Grandpa, tell me about the good old days.
Didn't their voices just sound... Oh, it's still going.
It's good harmony, though.
Families really bow their heads to pray. Daddies really never
It's a fade out. Didn't their voices just sound so soulful?
Great. Those voices were great. I mean, this is a pure 100% nostalgia song, right?
What do you mean?
Oh, I pine for the old days.
True. I was
Right.
thinking nostalgia like, I remember this when I was 6.
Well, it probably is that way for a lot of them.
I mean, maybe. They might not have been 6.
Well, yeah. I mean, but
Why haven't we had more Judds?
why haven't we had more Judds?
Because, damn, they're good.
Their voices are great. The harmonies are amazing.
The music behind them was like perfect. It fit with the song great.
Yeah, and it's mixed in a way that just really highlights the quality of their voices.
Yeah.
So I don't know which Judd was up front.
And I remember there's two of them, obviously. It's Winona and
Naomi.
yes.
I don't know why I knew that.
Holy shit balls.
There's random shit in my noggin, and apparently that was one thing.
Wow. Cool. We put it together.
Between the two of us,
We have one
occasionally
brain.
do some thinking.
Wait, I thought Bender had our brain.
He does. He's got custody right now. I don't know when we're getting it back. So the charge is from our women that between us, we have one brain.
Yes.
And we have to alternate custody.
We share it.
And right now, neither one of us have got it.
Nope. And clearly you guys can see that. You're welcome. You watch us. I don't know why. You do it.
So I'm feeling like we need some more requests and bribes for some Judds.
Yeah. I would say that's accurate.
Yeah.
Because that was good.
So what do you think of this Old Grandad?
Good enough? That's actually weird. It kind of gives me... This is weird. This is going to be weird. This is the first time I ever said this on the channel. It is a quintessential bourbon that makes me think of my grandpa. There's this like old... So I'm going to use your terminology. Old dusty library book.
There's a little bit of that.
That reminds me of like my grandpa.
So it's my understanding, I haven't priced it, that this is a relatively inexpensive bourbon.
Right, I've seen it on the bottom shelf.
I have heard people say, oh, that's terrible stuff.
It's not. We've had worse.
It's actually not bad.
It's not bad.
It's not complex.
No.
It's corn, sweet, and cinnamon.
So you got cinnamon?
I actually got a significant amount of cinnamon.
Oh shit, yeah. You're right. It's
And that's it.
that is pretty much it.
Yeah.
Corn sweet, and when he says cinnamon, it's a non-sweet cinnamon stick.
Right. A little
It's
bit like just kind of chewing on a cinnamon stick.
Right. It's a little fire in there, but it's smooth still. At 100 proof, honestly, it's as
For 100 proof, it's okay.
It's as smooth as you'd expect it to be.
Yeah, it's not burning me up, but I wouldn't call it smooth.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, it is bottle and bond.
I'm a little surprised that... So, this almost could be a recommendation for us as a starter bourbon. And probably mainly about the cost.
Yeah, I could see that.
So, if you're looking for a real inexpensive way to get into bourbon, we've had some really good stuff that was like $14 for a handle.
Right.
Go find that. But this is an alternative.
Yeah, I would agree. I would not be ashamed to give this to my friends.
Me either, really.
That makes their bourbon.
What?
I got a couple of friends that have to pour Coke in their bourbon.
Oh, yeah.
They get this.
Yeah.
Because it's not bad, but it's gonna be cheap enough that I don't give a shit if they mix it.
Right.
Right?
We kind of view mixing good bourbon, like top-end bourbon,
A little sacrilege.
as blasphemous.
Yeah.
And, so we
Because-
take people out back,
and-
tie them to a stake, set them on fire.
Right. And it's great. It's a great watch. Like, it's fun to watch. A lot of
And
people
gives
love
you a
it.
great soundtrack.
But the reason that we have that opinion is because typically expensive bourbons, not always, but typically, they'll have more complexity and flavors. And if you put Coke in it, you
Just
lose all that shit.
Stomping on all of it.
Yeah, because Coke just drowns it out. Yeah. But just as a heads up, this is distilled and bottled by the Old Grandad Distillery Company in Claremont, Kentucky.
All right.
They are DSP 230.
That's a low number. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They've been around for a minute.
Yeah. So, guys, if you enjoyed this video, give us a like. Go ahead and subscribe. Drop down in the comments. Tell us what songs we need to check out. Hint, Judds.
Hint, or bribe us with more job requests.
Yeah.
I have a spoiler alert.
What's that?
So I wrote down all these little sticky notes. Mm-hmm. Got a couple of them here.
Might be some more Judds coming.
So Jamie's kind of cool in that she's given us 2 Judds.
Thank you, Jamie.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert. Coming soon to a theater near you.
You know, it's entirely possible, depending on the YouTube stuff. That one that we haven't done yet
True, could drop
drops
first.
before this one.
That can happen.
Could happen.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. So, hey,
If you want your song request rocketed to the top of our list that you tell us about, be like Jamie. Bribe us.
bribe us. Till next time, guys.
See ya.